Samsounds in your song system.
You don't know.
What part that come from?
Samsounds on your sound system, a Caribbean thing now. What going on?
Alright, we're here with Samsounds in your song system here, man. Going on interview. Right now we can massage the mental. I find out we're going on with my boy here now, man. So, Samsounds, one of your tunes you got right now is talking about paradigm shift.
I know you could build a spliff, but can you build a future? Or do you just want the fantasies? Got to look past the next 2 joints, about 10 years down and decide where you plan to be.
I want you to explain why this song is so important, especially for people who are younger and how they got to change their vision right about now.
Paradigm shift. Blessings, DJ. So, paradigm shift, the foundation of it is that in order for us to have a brighter future, a better world, we all need to play our part. It's starting with the individual, like Michael Jackson, the man in the mirror. And when you have conversations with people or just see the way they behave, it would display that they have limiting beliefs, or that maybe they're just not seeing a bigger picture, or if they would change how they're looking at things right now, it would make it better for everybody. So paradigm shift came from a place of inspiring a yearning for change, and also letting people know that there's hope. A lot of people, if you tell them, you get a vibe of that they ain't think nothing better can happen. They feel like this is it and it sucks. It starts and ends with you. Feed your mind those positive thoughts. What you put in is what you're gonna get out. Remember that.
Sweet, I like that. Was there any one particular situation that made you feel like you needed to write this song, Paradigm Shift, or was it a collection of what you were seeing happen in the community?
It's a collection from I was small, man. When I really sit down and think about it, this is something that has been on my mind from as long as I can remember. I had a decent foundation. Still had, everybody got the struggles, but mine, I had certain privileges that I immediately realized that my friends didn't have. Growing up, I remember one time, but my friend going to the gas station with a bottle. And it's like, well, what's going on, man? I say, hey, you're gonna get some gas. Gas for what? Gas for the generator. I mean, I can't remember how I reacted at first, but it stuck with me. But he was going to get gas to generate the house because they didn't have electricity. For me, it just never sit well with me. Why people would be wasting electricity and got this and that, and the next man don't got none at all. The injustice, it was just too unfair. So situations like that, from small, it would bother me, to like the way a lot of their parents would interact with them. It would never really sound or feel like love, even though your parents love them. But the struggle is just too much. You getting cussed, then you got several siblings. You want to be outside because inside is just too much turmoil. So I always was observing these things, even though we only really coming together to play because we just want to have fun or whatever. I know that when he go home, he don't want to go home. And I had several friends like that, and the young men in the community, so from like the ones that from 15 maybe to about 30 years old, where they were lying. I was warned, well, stay away from these places, this is bad association. But for the others, they ain't had that guidance, and that's where they go when they go outside. So when I saw the struggle and I seen this cycle complete and go round and round as I get older, everybody that my age, younger, a little older than me, when they come out of school, what they're gonna do, it's the same story over and over, and nobody is satisfied, nobody is happy with what they're doing, and a lot of people ending up in bad situations. Some might be prison, some may make it out, just unfortunate things, accidents. And it just always weigh down on me, man. So from then, I wasn't into writing the songs then, but these things used to be on my mind.
A lot of what you've spoken about so far has been dealing with mind and mentality. Now, is there anything or any way that you could suggest that certain people try to adjust how they think mentally, or or try to like think a little bit deeper, or like what can people do to really change their mindset to recognize what's going on around them?
You gotta start proving to yourself in small ways that change is possible, and then like graduate and then create slightly bigger changes as you go up. You want to sell juices or something, they might got a big wall blocking you from not doing anything to actually having people come to you and buying juices. What you could do, you could start, buy your ingredients, buy your bottles, what's not, and set up. When you get that first sale, that's proof that what you thought about came to being, came to life. You brought that reality into life. And then just gradually step up. Find things that interest you, that you would like to see happen in your life. And this is something that I've proven with my own story in my life. Things that I thought about, I finding ways to make them happen. Learning about manifestation, you know? We start with small things and just start to build that faith muscle. It might not happen immediately, but if I start, I could get somewhere and we can make something happen. And that's how we can learn and grow. And also the person next to you or the person watching you can be inspired as well. And they don't necessarily gotta start from the bottom all the time. So when you think about building a little 2x2, well, we ain't gotta be intimidated about that no more. We know what's possible and we know it could come.
Showing examples of excellence.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
How would you define mental resilience?
This is something I spent a lot of time thinking about, you know. But the approach for me is that it's not about nothing bothering you at all. You become just a rock. But it's about developing a confidence in yourself that you know you're gonna get out. So when you're facing a situation, no matter how bad it get, you still got an image in your mind of you getting past it. You know you can tell a story about it in the future. So mental resilience for me is a faith.
And if there's someone right now that is feeling like if I ain't sure how I can get over this. I know that Sam here telling me, you know, find a space, you know, work out we're working at, keep on going. But like, is there any particular books, anybody I could talk to, anything that this man Sam do, anything he do that could possibly help me?
Well, this is a big one. It sounds so simple, but it'd be hard. It's reaching out to somebody, maybe a mature person that been through certain things, and just expressing how you feel. Somebody that can listen to. Because sometimes it's to get it out. We suffer more in our imagination than in reality. And when you start to speak, you realize it's not as bad as you was thinking. Or maybe the person might be able to then relate something similar that happened that you might even perceive as worse than what you're going through right now. And then there's clear evidence that they got through it or that they're still here, you know? We talk about the Bible, we talk about Job. Boy had it worse than Job. You talk about mental resilience, you gotta remember Job. Again, stories that would build confidence in the idea that it will get rough. You might feel like if there's no end, but hold firm, hold tight.
You know, they got people that would always say, man, music is the reason why the people getting on so mad and thinking the road. Music is the reason behind the gun violence. Music is the reason behind this and that and that.
I like this topic a lot, you know, because it's funny. But me personally, I listen to all kinds of music. I love music, I love different sounds. I see music as company. I see music as association. And from small, my mother always taught me bad association spoils useful habits. Walk with the wise and become wise. Walk with the foolish and fear badly. It can be good or bad, but you gotta know where you stand. If you're a vulnerable person, maybe certain music is not for you. But on the positive side, back to the idea, what you put in is what you're gonna get out. The more you associate yourself with certain messages that might be attached to songs, it can rub off on you eventually. It can impact you. It can have an influence some way or another, no matter how you want. Play strong. In some way or another, it can have an influence. Everything you consume is either coming this way or that way. So that's why when I write it now, I just try to add to the pool that will lift you up. Life is dynamic. We got all kind of things, but my choice is to add to the pool that will lift you up.
So let me be real. Sometimes we see artists that doing bad music and thing and getting enough forward. right? So a lot of people would see that and be like, well, I hear so struggling to do my little positive voice,
Jeez.
where I just can't release two vulgar tunes, you know, and go forward. Why you decide to stick with that positive pool that you're trying to uplift from?
Again, I think this ties back into self-development as an artist or as a person, and getting to know yourself. And when sharing art, you're sharing a piece of you. And nobody imperfect, but for me, I try to share the best piece of me. My art comes from my heart. Other people, they might be looking at it from more of a commercial standpoint. So it's like, what sells? What can get me the most money? And they might be completely disconnected to what they're saying, but they go against that completely in the art because they will say they're selling, they're trying to make money. So for me, I actually sacrifice that in a sense where I know that I might get less forward or less attention because the message is not what is popular. But again, I got a different confidence where I feel I could do this thing and make it just as hard as anything on the other side. You know what I mean?
Recently, you have been doing a number of live performances. You've been performing weekly at Jago's with your sis Rebel Glam. Any memorable moments, any things you could pick out?
It's hard to pick out one again of good set of them moments right now. With Paradigm Shift. I mean, I had with Picture Me, the response was really good and positive too. I actually had a person tell me that they listen to that song every day and it's motivate them to get up and go, that's like mission accomplished, you know?
Picture me with a sound engineer, top class music down in your ear. People say a studio, you gotta get there. Now a going in pon a big tune career. This is genuine music, truly sincere. Some boy lyrics terrible and them can't compare. It's a prepare to feel if you feel to prepare. When your dreams too small, if they don't make you scared, look.
But with Paradigm Shift, it's more like people giving feedback, saying things like they're getting goosebumps. A couple days ago, we was down Bottom Bay, St. Philip, and we were gonna shoot some content for the Paradigm Shift. Man had some nice coconut cocktails. Man cut in the coconuts and put in the mixture in it and everything. You're drinking straight from the coconut. It was nice. But we said, listen man, we got a tune here. We here shooting some content. When you hear it, tell me what you think, you know? When that first line hit, I know you could build a spliff, but can you build a future? A spliff was nearby at the time too. You know what I mean? And the man started to shake a little bit. He said, boy, this you? I said, this is reality here, boy. Moments like that.
It's about self-development and trying to make sure you could maintain a kind of future. That's not easy that you could just do. So, you know, everybody kind of demotivated. Like, how do we really get up every day and decide, celebrate self-victories and things and make sure that I could develop myself?
I think we gotta begin with an attitude of gratitude still. Just the simple things like, just breathe, take a breath in through your nose, out through your mouth, give thanks for that. If you got something to eat, give thanks for that. If you got a roof over your head, give thanks for that. Don't start off by stressing about all the things you don't have. Then we could move forward in a way where we say, alright, let me just try to be 1% more positive today. Well, let me excel at this, let me get a little better at this. And start small. That's what I would say. Start small and then celebrate that small victory.
Just lift up your left arm so the viewers can see like a little bicep or something. So talking about self-development, obviously you're into fitness.
Yeah.
How does fitness play a part in actually your discipline and stuff like that?
Health is wealth to start off. Self-esteem, again, is a big part of self-development. When you look in the mirror and you're not happy with what you see, I feel that affect everything. That affect your whole day. There's something called power posing too, where you like look in the mirror and you like do a double bicep or hands on the kimbo, and you're just sending yourself a message that, listen man, you're worthy and valuable. The physical aspect of it, when you look in the mirror and see what you like, or you know that you're working towards this ideal physique, there's a certain confidence that comes from that. There was a point in my life where I looked in the mirror and I didn't like what I was seeing, and I wanted to improve it. So I decided to go on that fitness journey to develop some muscle, get stronger, and along the way I learned so many lessons. Cultivate the habit of discipline, consistency, and also understand that it's not instant gratification. It's small steps along the way, and then one day you say, wow, look how far I came. It develops a whole new confidence. Then from the training itself, now when you're doing difficult things like literally trying to lift up more weight all the time or do a few more reps than before, you're pushing yourself and you're developing that idea that it's difficult but it's not impossible. And I might not be able to do it right now, but that don't mean that I will never be able to do it. You know what I mean? So then you can apply that to anything else.
Samsounds in your song system.
You don't know.
What part that come from?
I can't even tell you. I remember like one time my aspiration was to be a DJ, you know. And that's how we got the name Samsounds. But the little slogan, I think it had something to do with Dabba, you know. Something.
Dabba the visual.
Dabba the visual. Yeah, man. Something. But when I got it, I just never let go. Subscribe, please, on Samsounds Original on YouTube. On Instagram is The Book of Psalms. Psalms is SAMS. I'm on TikTok as well, The Book of Psalms. Spotify, all the streaming platforms you can find me. And coming up the 15th of September, we're on a show, Sizzler Reparations. Yeah, man. It's so many people I want to thank. So many people. Shout out to my family, first of all. Shout out to the whole of my neighborhood and district. From the West Coast, Paynes Bay, across to Olive Lodge, to Durant, Haynesville, the whole community, everybody tapping Fitz Village. And then it goes even broader than that, man. The whole of Barbados. Thank you for supporting, and I really got a positive response to my music. So I really appreciate that. Yeah, man. Man, thanks, man.